The biggest fear that people had when talking about introducing money to college athletics is it ruining the foundation of the college athletics. You see, when you incorporate money into college athletics, it turns into something completely different. It mirrors the pros more than a lot of people would like it to, essentially. And I cannot stress enough how I think everyone should get paid what they feel they're worth. When these college athletes make the school millions upon millions of dollars and they don't get to see, I hate to pivot a little bit like this, but I want you to understand that this is coming from a former college athlete. Now, no, I didn't go to a Power 5 school. No, I didn't. I wasn't the best player on my basketball team. No, I wasn't the star. But I went to college. I played college basketball, and I understand how it is to bring so much revenue, bring so much eyes, bring so much attention to a school. And in the same breath, because your practices essentially line up during the times where you can go eat at the calf, a lot of times you're missing dinner, you're missing lunch, you're missing breakfast. And I went to a school that didn't have 24-hour food hall. So if you miss it, you don't have a car like I didn't, you're pretty much ass out. So I'm always going to speak from a perspective of I feel a player, anybody should get paid what they feel they're worth. And a lot of people, a lot of purists that love the game of college football or love college sports in general, lamented the fact of these athletes getting paid money because they felt it was going to look eerily similar to the professionals, which obviously there has been a separation between professional sports and college athletics. I am not upset about what Nico Iamaleava. I know I said your name wrong, bro. Iamaleava, something like that. I'm just gonna stick to Nico to be respectful because I'm not great with word names, and I think it's Nico Iamaleava. The essentially now former quarterback of Tennessee. He had a deal in place that would make him, I think, $2.4 million that he was supposed to get paid, or that he was getting paid from Tennessee. And from what I've read and from what reports are saying, because he saw what Carson Beck, who was the former quarterback of Georgia, now transferred to Miami, they saw that he was getting $4 million, and Nico Iamaleava, I think that's what it is. Nico, who just led Tennessee to the college football playoffs, felt he was worth more than the contract that he was given, and he wanted a contract similar to what Carson Beck had, because he felt when you look at what Nico did last year and you look at what Carson Beck did last year, it was similar in his eyes. When you bring money into the situation, you have to have a level of understanding that we're in a whole new ballpark. And now you're seeing schools have GMs because of this very situation. Now, while I understand, and I'm not upset. I don't think these are the decisions that Nico Iamaleava. If I said his name wrong, I'm sorry. Him and his representation have taken. He was holding out practices. He was missing meetings, and essentially he was dismissed from Tennessee. Or, I don't know if it was officially dismissed yet, but they did say that they're moving in a different direction. While I'm not upset, and I completely understand what Nico is doing, I still think that there was a good number of missteps on his part. Shannon Sharp says something. Shouts out to him. Shout out to Chad Ochocinco and Nightcap. You know, it's a great platform. They said, if you did something great, but nobody acknowledges it as being great, then do you think it was great? Would you feel like what you did meant something if there was no acclaim to it? Let me get personal for a second. I am a small podcast. I don't make an ounce of money doing this. I may think I have the best content in the world, and that's just my confidence in what I do. I take this seriously. I put a lot into this. But it would be crazy of me to look at what Stephen A. Smith makes, what Shannon Sharp makes, what larger podcasts make, and think to myself, okay, no, that is the starting. I feel like I make better content than them. I should get paid off the bat. Mind you, I don't get paid a thing. I should get paid more than what they make because I think that. I think I make better content than them. That would be a misstep. Because I can't jump off the gate and think that I'm going to get paid like the big dogs. I can't think that my podcast is worth something, but other people, the people that cut the checks, may think differently. I obviously think differently because I don't get paid anything. I can't then go put my nuts on the table and say, no, off of first swing, no, I should get paid what Stephen A. Smith is making. I should get paid what all these other podcasters are making. That doesn't compute. When you bring it back to this situation, Nico, you're already making $2.4 million just on NIL deals that the school is giving you. That has nothing to do with the NIL deals that you're making outside of the school. So you can't then look at what Carson Beck or somebody else is doing and be like, oh, no, I feel like my services should be closer to payment what they're making, because that doesn't work that way at all. So now you look, he's essentially away from Tennessee, and he's having a tough time finding another school that would pick him up because we're close, if not already in spring training. A lot of schools, a lot of Power 5 schools have already started their practices. So what do you think is going to happen to a transfer or somebody in the transfer portal right now thinking that they're going to be on a team as a starting quarterback when most of the teams in college football are already comprised? Meaning that most teams in college football right now already have a starting quarterback. So now, and I don't know how it works. I don't know how the deals work. Now you essentially forfeited $2.4 million because you think you're worth more than that, which I'm not upset about. And I'm not saying that you're not worth $4 million. If you feel you're worth $4 million, go get it. And it looks like that he's having a tough time getting it. You heard schools like North Carolina. You heard schools like Oregon. You heard schools like Tulane, all in the mix. And for some reason, Nico still is not at a school. And I'm not even upset at Tennessee either. Again, the thing about negotiations is there's two sides to it. And if you're Tennessee and you're like, we've been paying, we agreed to pay you $2.4 million. And now that you see somebody else that you think, maybe not us, but you think you're on the same level as, is making more money, you're going to come to us and have a holdout. Reports were saying that he was thinking about holding out the college football playoffs. Like, bro, who do you think? Like, hold on. And this is, again, I think that I'm not bashing Nico or his representation for thinking that they are worth more than their contract says. Again, if you think that, cool. If you're going to fight for that, cool. I respect it. But you have to understand what the outside eyes looking in. Who do you think is bigger right now? You see, you still have a level of understanding, and there's still a level of popularity when we talk about the NFL. So you have someone like Jamar Chase, who is essentially one of, if not the best wide receivers, especially last year in the NFL. So he can be like, yo, I want a new contract. I understand that my contract is ending soon. I would like a new contract. I think that I have outplayed that. No one is going to be, I'll say this, no one is going to be like Jamar Chase is tripping, but the Cincinnati Bengals have the opportunity to be like, no, you can go get it somewhere else. They wouldn't be smart because of how important Jamar Chase is to the team, but they can essentially say, no, we're not paying. You can go. Now, obviously, they got a deal done, but still. Nico Iamaleava, again, if I said your last name wrong, bro, I apologize. But what do you think is going to last longer? Your name or Tennessee football? Mind you, the same Tennessee football that got embarrassed in the college football playoffs while you were the starting quarterback. It essentially is you quitting a job without having a backup plan. Look, man, I don't think that this is going to be the norm. I don't think that you're going to have athletes year after year do what Nico is doing. So in that sense, I don't think that this is going to be, ongoing. But one thing that I will say is when you're running an operation like a professional organization, this is the things that you're going to, or that could happen. And for Nico, look, again, and I can't stress this enough, if you feel that you're worth what you think you're worth, I wholeheartedly agree with you. But there are ways of doing it. And I pray that you find the money that you're looking for. But it's like, okay, you just have to see where the cards are stacked, and you have to see this might not be the best time for this right now. Because again, we're close to, if some schools have started spring training. Almost every 95 to 98% of Power 5 schools have a starting quarterback right now, or at least in their mind know the person that they want their starting quarterback or their starting quarterback position to be. So again, I hope that he gets what he feels he deserves, but this is just, I just think there were missteps. And now, again, I don't know how the NIL deal works. I don't know. But from the outside looking in, it looks like you forfeited $2.4 million to get $4 million that you never got, or at least to this point haven't gotten. It's like working backwards, bro. Because in the long run, I understand that 2.4 million and 4 million are different. I get it. And obviously this is somebody talking that isn't a millionaire. But I will say this. Was it worth it? At least to this point, was it worth it? Because, like I alluded to before, spring training's almost here. Meaning that a new year of college football is upon us. That means that, boosters are doing their thing. Rosters are getting constructed. And whenever game one, hell, spring, the orange and white game, people are still going to pack the stadium. And game one of the Tennessee season more than likely will not have you as the starting quarterback. And the question is, was it all worth it? Because I don't know where he's going to go. Again, I know I'm never saying that it's not worth it to fight for what you feel you deserve. Always do that. Always go into it hoping that and knowing that you're going to get the best of what you can get. But if, now again, these are our reports, if you looked at somebody else and thought that, oh no, I should be in that range, I think there was a couple missteps. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.